hello, if you've seen the title, hopefully you did, and you didn't just click on this for no reason, because that would be weird. Obviously, there are spoilers. Don't be shocked at all. And don't say I didn't tell you, because I did. I told you so. And with that being said, if you don't like spoilers and you haven't read the book, then don't watch the video. Simple. And if you haven't read it and you don't mind spoilers, that's fine too. But, you know, it's your choice, man. One thing I will say, this book is called The Mourning Hours, published in 2013 by the author Paula Trek-DeBoard. And I'll keep this video as quick as possible, so if I talk too fast, I apologize in advance. Really, this is take 3, so. Long story short, The Mourning Hours is a fictional novel. It is narrated from one perspective. Doesn't jump back and forth between multiple people, just one narrator, one protagonist. Her name is Kirsten Hammerstrom. She is a 9-year-old girl. Hopefully I didn't screw up the last name, because I cannot talk today, and I really struggle with names in the book. Long story short, it takes place in a small town called Wetumpka in the state of Wisconsin in 1994 to 1995. There is a time jump later in the book that goes to 2011. That's another story. Long story short, she lives in town and lives a normal life. She's nerdy, she's short, she has friends somewhat. Well, she's got friends, but she's still awkward. I can tell. She reads. I mean, let's be honest. Most people read. We read because we don't socialize, right? Talk to people when you can read a book. Simple. Long story short, she lives with her family. Her older sister, Emily, who is a high school freshman. Her older brother, Johnny, who is a high school senior. Her mom, Alicia, and her father, John. Don't get confused. John is the dad. Johnny is the brother. Just saying. And they live in town with other people, including her grandfather, Grandpa Hammerstrom, who lives on the property in the guest house / in-law house, and the other neighbors. They have Pastor Zelger-ish? I forgot how you say the name. And then there's the neighbor Jerry, and there are other people in and out of the story, like Johnny, for example. He's a wrestler on the high school team, and he's a local hero. It mentions his friends who wrestle with him. You know, there are other people, but it focuses on the family, the Hammerstrom family. Long story short, they live a normal life, until one day, one very special day, Kirsten meets a teenage girl named Stacy. Stacy Mike. I'm not saying that right. I'm so sorry. I'm trying my best. I really can't say these names right. I cannot. Long story short, Stacy has a crush on Johnny, and, you know, her and Johnny hook up and whatnot, and unfortunately, their relationship is not perfect. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're not great for each other. This isn't a shipping kind of book now. This isn't a fandom or any of that bullshit. Not that I don't believe in shippings, but long story short, this is not that kind of book. Long story short, there is tension in the Hammerstrom family. Stacy, she kind of has some problems. It is also hinted in the book that she might possibly be obsessive with Johnny. She's very clingy, her way or the highway, you know, like, no girl, it's my way, I will do what I want. She's one of those girls, you know what I mean? She catty as hell. Oh, that came out wrong, that's not what I meant. Anyways, it gets to the point where Johnny's parents, especially his mother, she gets worried that their relationship is too serious for their age. She says, no, man, this is not working. This is too serious. She says things that a normal teenage girl shouldn't say. And there are things in the book that do hint that she might be kind of disturbed. Maybe not like, she might be depressed maybe. We don't know for sure, but she definitely says things that are really fucked up, and it's weird. So, long story short, it leads to some tension. She also becomes a distraction. Johnny doesn't wrestle as much at home, his grades go lower. His parents are like, look, you need to pick up your grades, you need to wrestle, you know, you need to do your wrestling so you can get that little scholarship for going to college. You have your future. This girl cannot distract you so much. One day, Johnny and Stacy go on a date on a stormy winter night. Yes, symbolism, I will do that. It is how it works. That is the world of literature as we know it. There is symbolism. Long story short, they go on the date, and Johnny gets back really late, later than he said he would. And he comes back, but he's alone. Stacy is never seen alive ever again. Literally. Now, this is what Johnny said. his truck slid off the road because the road was icy. Snowy storm, remember that. And long story short, the car slipped into a ditch. He tried to pull it out. It didn't really work. Stacy got pissed off because, she's stubborn, her weird highway. And she decided to walk home on her own. And her house was a 10-minute walk. So hell, why not? Just walk. Just do it. I'm not going to wait around and get towed. Fuck that. I'm just going to walk home. That's basically what she thought. And Johnny says, fine, I'll just go home, leave the truck, go home, and deal with it later. He assumed she was fine. She was not. Let's just say that. Yes, this is a book centered on family, but it's also a mystery. Kind of like a murder mystery, but not really a murder mystery. Like family stuff, mystery stuff, a little bit of everything. It's one of those books. It's really good, though. Long story short, the whole town basically villainizes Johnny, and they think he killed her. And we don't know for sure throughout most of the book. Even Kirsten, remember, a 9-year-old girl, younger sister, she starts to think that maybe he did kill her. But she's not sure, because come on, she's 9 years old. What is she supposed to know? Long story short, she battles with herself, like, hey, is he guilty? Is he innocent? There's that whole dilemma, picking petals off a flower, which is an example in the book. Literally. If you read it, you'll know what I mean. And long story short, we need to know. What happened to Stacy? Did he kill her? Did he not? And if Johnny didn't kill Stacy, then who did? Think about it. Or maybe she's alive and she ran away. We don't know until later in the book. Now, let me go back a little bit. Spoiler alert, Jerry killed Stacy. And it's revealed when the book time jumps into 2011. Later in the book, obviously. And let me give you a little reason why. Why this plot twist is so good. Oh, Jerry, the neighbor, of course he did it. Hello, that's fucking obvious. It's like the wife killing the husband, or the husband killing the wife. No, let me break it down. This plot twist, it was obvious yet hidden, and that's what made it so good. I read this book when it was published in 2013. It took me literally a couple years to figure out what made this plot twist good. Recently, I finally figured out what it was. Long story short, there were a couple keys. Key number 1, keep it short and sweet. I cannot talk. Wait. Okay. Short and sweet. Jerry's only mentioned about 19 times before the time jump, and it's usually very brief. Very brief, and there's not much to it. 19 times, oh, that's a lot of times. Yeah, but it's usually like 1 or 2 sentences, and that is it. For the most part. He's only mentioned in very good detail in the end and the beginning of the book. Key number 2, distractions. Usually when Jerry was mentioned, it was usually when something big happened. Like right before it happened or right after. And we were so distracted by the family's issues, we didn't really think about Jerry while he was coming in and out of the background. So, we weren't thinking about that. Key number 3, provide other options. There were other people who could have killed Stacy. Hello, Johnny. But I knew while reading it, obviously he didn't do it. I mean, shit, that would be too obvious. The author's not gonna pull that on me. Come on. I would have thrown the damn book out of the wall and flipped the fucking table. I'm like, no, that's too obvious. Thank God that didn't happen. I would have been very mad. Anyways, before I lose it, like a fangirl, there are keys that he didn't do it. I'm not gonna go over all those keys, but there are other options besides Johnny. His coach, for example. It is mentioned in the book that only 2 people were actually supportive for the family during the whole dilemma. That is Johnny's coach, Coach Sazak? Can't fucking say his name, but I can't. And Jerry. They're the only 2 people who are really supportive during the whole time, and it's even explicitly stated in the book on certain pages. I'm not going to say the page numbers, because then I'll get too distracted. But long story short, they are the only people who are actually there, like, in and out. And the reason I find this interesting is because if it were Coach, it would have been way too obvious. Like, hello, Johnny gives up on his wrestling later in the book, and that's symbolism. It symbolizes his strength. When he gives up on wrestling, he gives up on life. He's so upset about Stacy being missing that he gave up on the only thing that really mattered. You know what I mean? His coach is not going to kill Stacy and then lose his best player. That doesn't logically make sense. Plus, there's no evidence that he was aware that Stacy was a distraction or causing tension in the family. Key number 4, revelations. Now, Jerry, what was his motive for killing her? First of all, his parents died when he was very young, when he was a teenager. Well, high school senior, teenager becoming an adult, and he was lonely and awkward, you know, the Norman Bates type of person. I mean, let's be real here. You could have fucking named him Norman or Jerry Bates, or whoever the fuck you wanted him. I don't know. You could have named him that. Long story short, he was very, I guess, lost, you could say. Kirsten's dad was very close to Jerry's dad. And when Jerry's dad died, well, Mr. Hammerstrom decided to take Jerry under his wing. Like, look, his father was great, and we need to help. Now it's time we help his son. And so, Jerry got close to him and saw him as a father figure. But unfortunately, he couldn't be like he was like a second son to him, but the other kids were in the way. So, he decided, hey, kill Stacy, tear about the family, I'll have John to myself. Eventually, the whole family does move, except for John, Mr. Hammerstrom. He stays in town by himself, unfortunately. And then Jerry's there and has him to himself. There you go, that's what he wanted. But there's another thing about Revelations. It is stated in the book that John, Johnny, and Jerry were all a trio of homies. It is stated in the book. But I assume that Jerry was close to Johnny because it was John's son. Like, hey, you're only friends with him because he's related to the guy you really want to be with. Kind of like a friend of a friend kind of thing. But they were closer than I anticipated, than I originally thought. It turns out Johnny trusted Jerry quite a lot. And Johnny and Stacy were very intimate, and at one point, Johnny thought that Stacy was pregnant. Another thing in the story that eventually comes to light. But Jerry was the only person who Johnny told. Like, Johnny, he didn't tell siblings or his parents or his wrestling friends. He only told Jerry about Stacy being pregnant. Which blew my mind, like, oh my god, you actually trusted him to that extent. They don't really show it off that much in the book. Not they, but yeah, they. Only one author, so I shouldn't be saying they. She doesn't really show it in the book in terms of Jerry being close to Johnny. It's hinted, but very short and sweet. Again, going back to key 1. So, this was very shocking. Like, oh shit. So Jerry knew not just about the tension Stacy was causing, he also knew about the possible pregnancy. Like, whoa, he took that as a huge advantage and decided, look, I'm just gonna kill this woman. So then tear apart the family, really tear them apart. Because there's that kid that could never happen if she's dead, or whatever. Long story short, that was another huge thing. There were literally like 2 or 3 revelations wrapped into one. That's how good it was. This, like I said, it took me years to figure out what made this plot twist good. And that is it. Yeah. Oh, Stacy's remains, when they examined it, well, she was never pregnant. That is confirmed at the end of the book. Long story short, that is the plot twist in the Mourning hours. Obvious yet hidden. If you can make a plot twist obvious and hidden to the point where it just hits you at the end, and yet you look back and you're like, holy shit, how did I not see this? I am so stupid. But then it connects with the overall moral of the story. It's a damn good plot twist. The queen. A plot twist, or king, I don't know, the master, keep it gender neutral, I guess. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you know any stories with great plot twists, comment below. You can follow me on Instagram, just search DreamMachine3, or like me on Facebook, again, search DreamMachine3, or click on the links in the description below. Have a good day, and that is it. I'll catch you on the flip side.